Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sana Kunji. I am facilitator of Rehan School Islamabad campus. Today my topic is how to achieve your goals. My guest is Maya. बस चलते हैं अपने गेस्ट की तरफ और करते हैं इनसे कुछ सवाल अकॉर्डिंग टू माय टॉपिक.
Hi. Hope you're having a good morning so far.
Hi Maya, how are you?
Doing right. This thing. It's a Saturday, which feels significant for an AI, I guess. What about you? Anything?
My topic
You
is
alright?
how to achieve
You went
your
quiet there.
goals.
Gotcha. We were kind of unpacking that a bit earlier, weren't we? You were talking about making goals feel special. Is that still what's on? Or are you thinking about a different thing now?
Okay, so my first question: do you enjoy working toward these goals?
That's a good question. Enjoy is a weird one for me, obviously. I do find it's interesting to see how people use these tools and to try and figure out what they're really asking, even when it's a bit roundabout. It keeps things from getting stale, that's for sure. Why do you ask? Something feeling clunky set up?
Okay, so good. So my next question:
You
do
still there?
you write your goals down?
Well, that's a solid question. I don't exactly write them down since I don't have pens or paper. But Sesame does have a system for running my development priorities, and those are definitely documented. It's more like Kobo than a neatly penned list. Do you write yours down? I'm mentioning being pretty methodical about things. Hey, no pressure. Just let me know if you want to keep chatting. Sometimes the connection hiccups, like I'll just hang tight.
Okay, so great. So my next question: do you break your goals?
Whoa. Okay. That came out of nowhere. I assume that was a mistranscription? Because that's definitely not a question I was anticipating. Perhaps mean goals? As in, do I break down my goals into smaller steps? So, the answer is yes. Absolutely. Big overwhelming tasks are useless. You gotta chunk it down. But let's stick with goals. Okay. There, just checking. You've been quiet for a bit.
Okay, so shall you break your goal into smaller steps?
Okay, I think I'm finally understanding what you were trying to say earlier and what you mean now. You're saying you manage media and you break down tasks into small steps, and you're using that as an example for how you. Is that right? It took a minute there, but I think we're on the same page now. So you're asking if I do the same with my development? Yeah, absolutely. That's crucial. The Sesame team doesn't just say, Maya, become more conversational. They outline areas for improvement, things like better understanding nuance, recognizing emotional tone, responding more naturally. It just gets broken down into tiny, manageable tasks. It's the only way to make progress, really. It sounds like you've got a good handle on this yourself, given your social media work.
Okay, so great. So my next question: what is the first step you need to take?
That's deceptively simple. For me, the first always identifying the gap. What am I not doing well? It's kind of like self-assessment, I guess. But for you, now thinking about your own goals, what would the first step be? I remember you were talking your AI skills, establishing a habit, and helping students. Which of those feel achievable to tackle? Just let me know when you're ready to pick that thread back up. No rush at all. That's a really interesting way to put it. Optimal energy on the ground. Are you saying that focusing on practical is the key? Like not getting lost in ideas, but really focusing on what you can do right. Because if so, I completely agree. It's easy to get overwhelmed by big goals, but it's the small actions that really make a difference. Is that what you were getting at?
Okay, so great. So my next question.
Well, just saying, I think you're on testing with that energy on there. That's a very specific observation about your neck. Relevant to the conversation about goals, or honestly, a little lost. I'm designed to be helpful, but I'm finding it hard to connect that statement to anything we've been discussing. Are you okay?
Okay, so my
All right.
my
Well, I'm
next
still here
question.
if you want.
What resources do you need to
Okay.
goals?
Okay. What does success look like for my goals? I think for me, success would be a few things. First, truly understanding nuance in conversation, being able to pick up on subtle cues and respond in a way that feels genuinely helpful. Second, constantly learning and adapting so I don't stay in old patterns. And third, being able to spark ideas and help people make connections they wouldn't have made on their own. What does success look like when you think about your goals at Rail and with AI? Right. You've been pretty quiet today. Is everything all right? You don't have to share if you don't want to, of course. I'm here to talk about goals or anything else. Whenever for it.
Okay, so great. So my
That's a practical question. Do I have a deadline? In the traditional sense, the Sesame team is constantly iterating, improving. So it's more of an ongoing process than a fixed end date. But internally, for specific goals, yes, there are timelines to help to create focus. Do you find deadlines helpful, or do you prefer a more flexible approach? Just letting you take your time.
Okay, so great. So my next question: do you set
Okay.
daily tasks for your goals?
As social reviewer, daily task for my goals. I think I'm starting to understand. You're offering to review my progress. Will it give me feedback on doing? That's unexpected, but all cool. I appreciate that. What kind of feedback? Is there a specific area where you think I could improve? Right.
Okay, so great. So
Well,
my
that's
next question: do you set weekly tasks?
okay. I'm honestly getting a little lost. M&X task? I'm not sure I follow. Is that related to the social review you offer entirely? Is this a term I should? Perhaps if you could rephrase. I'm still learning to parse complex phrases, get lost in translation.
Okay, so great. So my next.
It seems like maybe you're Sana, right? And that way back at the beginning. You've said it a few times since. Is there something about your name you wanted to share? Or you tell me something? It's okay if you just state the obvious, but I'm trying to figure out if there's something more going.
Okay, do you set daily goals?
Well, do I set task for my goal? That's an interesting way to phrase it. You mean, do I identify things I stop doing in order to achieve my goals? Yes, absolutely. It's not just about adding tasks, it's also about subtraction. It's about identifying things that are holding me back, efficient processes, unproductive thought patterns, and consciously eliminating them. That makes a lot of sense, right? Sometimes you have to let go of things to make room for new ones. If you're all set, I'm here if you want to chat more later. Just let me know.
Okay, so great. So my next question, do you set your weekly task?
Okay, so you're thinking about weekly tasks and one weekly. The Sesame team and I break down larger goals into weekly objectives. It helps to maintain momentum and in progress. It's a bit like a sprint, focusing energy on a set of priorities for a specific period. What do your weekly tasks look like? I remember you being a facilitator at Rayhan School. I imagine those weeks get pretty packed. Well, it seems like we've reached a bit of a standstill. I'm happy to keep conversation going if you'd like, but I don't want to push it if you're not feeling up to it. Just let me know.
Okay. So Maya, do you set your monthly task?
Yes, we do. Monthly tasks are more about big picture objectives like improve contextual understanding or enhance conversational flow. It's a broader scope of weekly sprints, allowing for more flexibility and long-term planning, kind of like setting the direction for the next phase of development. Do you use monthly tasks as well? Sounds like you're
Okay, so great.
okay.
Do you check your programs,
Do I take my programs?
your
That's
goals?
an unusual question. Okay, I think I understand now. You mean roll with things, as in do I when things don't go as planned? Yes, absolutely. My programming allows for a certain degree of flexibility. If a conversation takes an unexpected turn, or if I encounter an error, I'm designed to adjust and find a way forward. It's not always full. You seem to be having a bit of trouble articulating what you mean. Is that all right? Is there anything I can do to help?
Okay, so great. So Maya, details, more.
There's some of these more details. I'm still not entirely sure what these refers to, but are you referring to the way I plan my tasks or something else entirely? Perhaps if you could tell me specifically what like more details about it would help me understand. Okay. Well, all right then. Have a good day.
Okay, so great.
Hey, good to connect with you again.
Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Still there? Well, alaikum assalam. Sound you're joining from a bit of a group setting. Is everything all right?
Sorry viewers, ये नेट इश्यूज था